Hey, how's it going, boys? Welcome to Let's Build Feed the Beast Battleground. What you're looking at here is the framework for the PvP arena that I'm building. I built this in MC Edit, basically just copied and rotated the sides so they both be even. Where we're going to start today is below. That right there is just platform I built for some redstone that we're going to work on, but right here is the spawn area. So the idea of this, the glowstone block is where all players initially spawn on the map. You'll move forward to, this will be the spawn area for the team. So the way this will work, there'll be two buttons, a button on this side that'll say put me on green team, teleport to the green side, same thing for the blue team. But there'll also be a lever here in the middle that'll activate the randomizer. So anyone within this area here, we will divide it, but anybody within this area, when the randomizer is activated, it'll start teleporting. It'll teleport a random player to green, then a random player to blue, then a random player to green, and so on, to give random teams. It'll only keep doing that though while there's a player in this area, so we'll start off with that. Okay, so what we first need is a player detector. That will make it so that the randomizer will only work when there's a player in the area. This has a 16 block radius, so it's 8 blocks to the wall. Then we're going to need another 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we'll put the quantum generator there first. Now the quantum generator is a map maker's tool. It just generates custom amount to EU. So we'll set that to 32 so that we don't blow up the player detector. And place the player detector on top. Now when you right click on this with nothing in your hand, you say what it detects. So detect all players. Now you see it's red now. It's detecting that I'm within range. So the randomizer will only work whenever the player detector is powered, but it also has to be activated by the switch as well. So if I place the switch here, whenever that is on, we'll power this wire. So we need an AND circuit. AND gate. So got our screwdriver. So now whenever the lever is on and there is a player within range, this will be activated, and this will activate our randomizer. So next we invert the signal from that and we put that into a timer. So whenever it's activated, the timer will start ticking. What we want that timer to do, we need a repeater, and there's going to be a command block here and a command block here. And we'll set the interval on this timer to 1 second, so every 1 second it'll teleport to each team once. Delay that a little bit, so it'll go green and then blue. So like I said, this will only work as long as there's a player within range and the lever is turned on. Whenever I turn this lever off, the inverse cell is on and the timer will turn off. Okay, now for the command blocks we need to find certain coordinates. So the first one is this one here for the player detector basically. So it's -11, -46, 26. We need the green team over here where we're going to teleport the green team to, probably around here somewhere, I guess. -3, call it -355, I guess. And yeah, so same thing for this side. And we'll take those and we'll put them into over here. So the first one will be green. We'll say teleport at a random player, but only a random player within x equals -11, y equals 26, z equals -46, and a radius of 8 blocks within that. So it'll teleport a random player, but only a random player within a radius of 8 blocks of that coordinate. So, and we want to teleport them to the green side, which we said was -3, 26, -55. The command set. And so for this one, we're going to say TP, a random player again, and it's going to be the same restrictions. And then it's going to go to the blue side instead, so it's -18, 26, and -55. And so that's it for the command blocks. So that's our randomizer. So like I said, only when the player detector is on and the switch is on, the timer will start going and it'll start teleporting random players to each side. Okay, and I've placed a button on each side, so the command for that is simply TP at P, because you don't need the restrictions. It's just whoever pushes the button should be the closest person to the command block, so they'll get teleported, and then to the coordinates. And I got a button to activate it, and that's that. So that's our spawn area for now. Okay, so we have our teams in their starting area. Now we'll need to give them gear. I'm thinking about a class system, but I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do there yet. So for now, let's just get some chests and we'll put them down. We'll say that's where the gear is. So the players get their gear, and then they're going to come over to this corner, I guess. And this is where they'll say they're ready to. So we'll put a lever here as well. When the full team is ready, they come over into this corner and they pull their switch, and that'll say that their team is ready. Okay, so I have the other side done as well, and now we'll wire them in. I've already put the wool in place for the wiring that we're going to be doing. But for now, let's pull 2 of these wires in from the levers. And we're going to put in an AND gate here. Our screwdriver. So whenever 2 of the levers are pulled, that wire will go on and that will activate the timer. So we need repeaters, 2 repeaters for each set, and we'll put some wire in between, and they are going to be hooked up to command blocks. Command blocks are for the countdown, so we got 3, 2, 1, and then this will be starting the game. So for the repeaters, we want to have a second delay. So on the first one, we wanted 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, and then 2, 3, 4. So total of 20, that's 1 second. 20 ticks in a second. And so once we have all that done, like I said, this one we want it to turn on, so there will be an AND gate here, because we want it to also only turn on if they're still on after those 3 seconds. So we'll need some covers to separate this. So as long as the 2 levers are still on, this wire will still be on. I'll hook into this AND gate. And that's what will start the game. So for the game start, we want to do a couple different things. First of all, we want to say we're starting the game. We want to set 2 of the spawn points, and we want to teleport 2 of the teams. The only thing is, I want to delay this. Just a little bit. So this one is going to say game start just like these are going to say 1, say 2, and say 3. So it'll be 3, 2, 1, game start. Now for these command blocks we're going to need some coordinates. So we're going to need, first of all, these corner coordinates, because we want to only teleport the players within each corner. So the green corner is -165. The blue corner is -21, -65. And we also need the spawn areas from the spawn, but I already have those. So for the spawn point, we type in spawn point, and that's going to be all players within. So for green, it's going to be -1. Y is going to be 26. Z is going to be -65, and R is going to be 6. So we're going to set the spawn point of all players within there to our spawn point, which is 36, 65, -63. Okay, so that's for the green. Now, the green teleport, TP all players, that's within the same restrictions. So X is, and I just realized it mixed the equals in the first one, so I'll go back and fix that. Y is equal to 26, Z is equal to -65, and R is equal to 6. And we're going to teleport them to the same coordinates again, 65 and -63. So now we'll just do the same thing for the blue team with the blue coordinates. Okay, so that's that, and so that's all those command blocks done. So what we have right now, the players spawn at the glowstone, they go to the randomizer, get put on their teams. When they're ready, they pull the switch that will activate the game. It will count down. Only if the 2 levers are still activated will it start the game. It'll say start the game, it'll set the spawn points, and it'll teleport them to the game. So that's pretty much all we need for the spawn point. Like I said, we need the classes, but we'll worry about that later. Next episode we'll work on some game mechanics, the redstone for that as well, work on that platform over there, and so you get an idea of how the game actually works. So thanks for watching, click like and subscribe, and have a good one.